revelations this weekend that he has used a witch doctor in the past. This, of course, in reference to the Kylian Mbappe curse, but he didn't do it against Kylian Mbappe. Is that right?
Well, he did in a way when United played PSG in the Champions League, that famous second leg, really. And I think the idea from Paul was, and we said it, the witch doctor, all that witchcrafting, the voodoo would be to protect him from injuries, which we said before, he wasted his money clearly. But he believed in it, okay, fair enough. And then I think there were times where also to win matches, he would get the help of witchcraft, which, by the way, has happened to I was going to say quite often, not quite often, but at times in France, the Montpellier of Loulou Nicolin, the one that won the league in 2012, for example, Nicolin used to go and see this witch doctor at PSG when Michel Denisot was the president at the time in the 90s. He also called upon a quite famous witch doctor in Paris. So we have those stories in France where we're not really sure really if we think they're true, we're not completely convinced. Does it really work? We're not sure. But clearly for Paul Pogba, it seems quite clear now whether it's coming from his brother, and we know what was happening between the two Pogba brothers, but it's pretty clear that Paul Pogba used a witch doctor, and that it might have been advised to do so by Serge Aurier, the former Spurs and the current Ivory Coast and Nottingham Forest defender, and also Alou Diarra, the former French international.
Frank, how problematic is this going forward as a whole for the French side looking to defend their World Cup?
Well, you know, with the best of Paul Pogba, it's a problem because Paul Pogba is a fantastic player. Now, if it's injured Paul Pogba, it's completely useless to use him. We want to wish him the best, and hopefully he's going to get better. But that's more right now very sad situation, you know, with brothers' issues and problems than it is for the national team.
Jules, there's a source from the French Federation saying there's no smoke without fire. How much of a problem is this for France?
Well, I think if Paul Pogba can convince Kylian Mbappe, which they've spoken about it already over the phone at the beginning of this incredible story of this Pogba family incident, or call it whatever you want, affair, whatever. You know, if Mbappe doesn't think that Pogba put a curse on himself directly, like for him not to perform, let's put it that way, then I think he's fine. If there's no beef really between Pogba and Mbappe, I think we're fine. What Deschamps is worried about right now is, okay, Paul's fitness, and you know, I'm being told that he's hoping to come back at the end of October to have enough time to be fully ready for the start of the World Cup. Okay, let's hope that. But for Deschamps, the biggest worry is not so much the fitness, because that can come back and Pogba could be really ready to go for that Australia game that we mentioned before. It's psychologically. What kind of Paul Pogba do you get psychologically after having been through all of this, all these things, the police protection, the brother who manages, by the way, to post videos while he's in jail on social media to say, hey, this is what's happening, this is all the accusations I've got against my own brother. So this is the worry here, is psychologically, how is Paul Pogba really coping with everything that's happening?
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.